What is going on? This is episode six of the DK podcast now, not DT. DK.
Yeah, he got it right this time, guys.
What's it stand for?
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Nah, this is the David and Kevin podcast, and we are here once again. It is a beautiful 14th of June. Are we telling everyone when we do it? When we
it's
actually do it?
It's a Wednesday this time because David has Friday commitments. So congratulations. Whatever you're doing.
Something's more important than podcasts. Sorry,
yes,
guys.
For now.
It is a pleasure. So I can gladly say this, Kevin. We are professional podcasters now.
Yes, we are. 3 months in.
You can obviously see that we're not professional because I forgot my mic stand today. But Kevin is a real professional. He's brought a couple of sentimental objects to him.
Yes, so. This is us on our honeymoon. How cute was it?
Maybe bring it up to the camera.
Do you want to edit zoom in that?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute. Yeah.
And this is the time I dunked on David in Game 5 of an NBA playoff series.
Okay. He has to bring that up because Philly never wins against Boston. But anyways.
Oh, okay. You want to start like that, huh?
What a great day.
You want this episode to be
I'm
like that,
your
huh?
host, co-host David.
Oh, so he wants to be like that?
And this is my other
host.
co-host. What's your name, man?
Hey, how are you? I'm Kevin.
Thanks
hey,
everyone for joining us today. What a exciting time that what is it, 3 months or 2 months in?
3 months, 6
3
episodes.
months in.
Most shows don't make it past the pilot.
Yeah.
So we've done 5 episodes post-pilot, which means we must be really good.
We're heading into the end of season 1, maybe, and then off to season 2.
We're getting picked up?
Yeah.
Who's picking us up?
Yeah, stay in tune for our episode 10 because we got something in store for you guys. So keep watching for sure.
Yes.
We got something special. So, you know.
And guests will be coming again soon.
Yes, I think in the next month or so.
Yes.
I think so. Maybe the next episode.
So sign up.
Yeah. How are you, Kevin?
I'm good. It is so cold.
It is freezing
in Melbourne.
You know it's cold when the Kathmandu jackets and North Face. Is that correct? I feel like I said that last week.
You said it last week.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the right. What's the other jacket?
Macpac.
Oh yeah, Macpac, Columbia. When you start seeing all those jackets in Melbourne, you already know it's summer.
It's summer. So do you prefer summer or winter?
Look, man, I used to prefer winter because when it's too hot, and the Melbourne weather for those of you that don't know, the Melbourne heat is insane, insanely dry, insanely hot, and it doesn't stop. But I prefer summer nowadays because, especially coming back from good old homeland Philippines, I enjoyed the sun there so much that I have
sun there?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I have a new appreciation for vitamin. I don't know what it is.
How do you see it past all the rubbish?
You know, we cleaned up. It's a good spot now. Come on, Kevin.
Vitamin C.
Half of our viewers are all Filipinos, so.
Yeah, I think it's vitamin C.
Is it vitamin C?
Oh, it's one of
them. Is it vitamin D? Man, so this is what like how you guys can see that we don't take anything that we say seriously. Just join us on the ride, you know. And
let's ride.
I can't wait for our first apology video because I'm feeling it's coming closer and closer.
Why? What have you said wrong?
One of us is gonna have to do an apology. Anyways.
You haven't said anything wrong though.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, except no, don't worry.
Yeah. I want to ask you this, since it's episode 6. What an exciting time. What is the hardest thing that? Oh, come on. What's the hardest thing that you've had to adapt to when doing these podcasts?
As in...
Like a skill that you needed to pick up that you didn't have before. Or I guess you did have, but then it's like kind of hard to
I think we noticed early in some of the episodes I was a little bit fidgety.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard for me to like actually sit still. So
and look at someone in the eyes.
Yeah, and look at someone directly in the eyes.
But you can directly look at me. I feel like you have a comfortability around me that not a lot of people have around you. But I would say my one, man, if we look at these podcasts, I reckon like 5 years from now, you can create a game of, you know, that game where you take a shot every time someone says something. You can definitely take a shot every time I say I 100% say at least like 20 times a podcast.
I truly believe.
No. That was the beginning. Okay, stop roasting me for that one. That was just the beginning.
You don't have any lip sweat anymore, though.
You know, the sweat comes with the weather, so it's actually all frozen above me now because it is so cold. I think this morning it was like 10 degrees.
No idea, but I assume this morning was cold.
It was freezing, but hopefully you guys are still enjoying it. You know, hopefully we're entertaining you. I feel like we're getting into our niche of what we...
Oh, we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning of what we can branch our podcast into. But I want to start this off, okay? How do you... I guess we talked about this with Ben, but how do you deal with horror movies nowadays? Because for me personally, you know what I've been doing? Because I can't watch horror movies. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I can't like handle it at all. Like I will have the hardest time falling asleep. And we already mentioned when we watched The Conjuring, but you know what I do now?
Yeah.
I watch recaps, and I say to myself like, oh man, I watched it.
You're such a fake. That is the biggest cop out I've ever heard.
Because what I like about horror movies is their stories are actually quite interesting. There's a little bit more depth into it, but I just can't deal with all this superstition. Oh no, not superstition, but you know how majority of the horror movies go nowadays.
So for me, when it comes to horror movies, like horror movies such as like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or like those, they're not that bad because...
What's the one where he cuts off his face and then he puts it on... And then
Silence of the Lambs.
That one, yeah.
That's not that bad because like they don't have to do with like the spirits and all that.
That's exactly the spirits one.
Is what
I can't...
always gets me.
So for those of you guys that have watched all those scary movies, I can gladly say I've watched... there it is, take a shot. I've watched The Exorcist and I've watched the Conjuring series this last week on YouTube Recap.
Watched or recapped?
But... I guess I want to ask you this. Why do you think it's such a big industry in film?
Horror?
Like, yeah, horror. Why do you think people like it? I don't get it. Like, I don't want to go to sleep scared.
Because it's fun. Like, people just like getting scared.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. It's just like a thrill. It's like how some people like going on amusement rides because they enjoy that type of thrill. I think a horror is just another type of thrill that people enjoy.
It's
like, just something
it's like eating chili.
We both don't enjoy. Yeah.
You don't like eating chili, but I personally like eating chili.
I don't know. You see me take that chili chip very well last time.
You did very well. Yeah. Congrats, Kevin. I wonder why it's such a big industry, I guess. I don't know.
It makes money. All horror movies make money. What's the scariest movie you've seen?
Well... Definitely with you when I watched The Conjuring. I don't think I can watch a recap of that. It'll just bring back too many memories.
Dude, there's some worse movies.
Maybe we won't sleep tonight. Maybe this is the last time you guys see us.
Have you ever seen the Blair Witch Project?
I watched the recap of that today.
Oh, dude, that is the scariest movie.
You know what was crazy? I was looking it up, and they said the budget for that movie was $300,000.
Yeah, it was all like handheld shots.
Yeah, and then they made like $10 million or something.
That movie is so scary.
Have you watched it?
I've seen like bits of it because I can't do the whole thing either.
We should watch it.
So I'll like probably watch it like this. No, but we're not watching that. I die.
What is it? It's spirits as well, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's like a car breaks down and they get lost somewhere.
Yeah,
and like someone documents it.
No, it was college kids.
Yeah,
and they wanted to. It was based off, you know how back in the days they would blame any woman that they were a witch, like I forgot, it's on the tip of my head. Have you heard of this? Like
in the Bible?
Not in the Bible, but back in the day, because you know Christianity was a very
witch.
Yeah, and then they would say like anyone that had mental health or you know, even a woman, they would just be like, oh, you're a witch, you're practicing black magic. And then they would they had this whole thing where they would
man.
kill them, and then that Blair Witch Project was based off of that.
Well, they're right.
No, because
that
it was
movie's real.
no, it's not real.
It's real.
No, it's not real because I looked it up. But yeah, no.
Are you sure? I don't know, man.
Oh, my mic.
I think that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's cut this.
Cut it off.
Yeah, cut this horror talk off.
All right. I want to ask you another question.
Yeah.
Since we're professional podcasters now, who do you watch that's a podcaster? Who do you look for inspiration?
I watch a lot of Pat McAfee show. So for those who don't know who that is,
I
that's
don't
like
know who
a
that is.
sports talk, and they've got like 8 people there, and they just chat mainly about NFL, NBA,
Oh,
stuff
wow.
like that. Yeah.
Where are they based in?
Indiana in America.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So they're my role models.
Oh, really?
But I watch a lot of Joe Rogan too. Smartless as well.
Smart List?
Yeah, Smartless, LESS.
What's that?
It's Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and someone else,
Yeah.
and they just bring on like guests like Daniel Ricciardo or like a bunch of actors, stuff like that.
Wait, why is it called Smart List though?
I don't know, man.
But all American shows, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I wonder why it's there you go, take another shot. I wonder why it's such a big industry right now, podcasting. Why are we doing it? We're just doing it because we want to be the first ones to make it out of
We're gonna be the
Melbourne.
first Asian famous podcasters.
Come on guys, keep watching so we get up there. Follow us on Spotify and TikTok and
I know
all
what
of it.
I know what you listen to though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is
Who
it
do I
Tiger
listen?
Belly?
100%.
Yeah.
I listen to Tiger Bell. I listen to a lot of comedians.
Theo Von?
Yep. I listen to Theo Von. But you know who? I don't know if you know this guy. Lex Friedman. Do you know him? I feel like that's the style that I kind of want to go into. It's very direct questions, and there's no music. There's nothing in the background, and he's gotten like so many famous people on it, like Mark Zuckerberg. He just had Matthew McConaughey on it.
Oh.
He gets Joe Rogan on it, and he's had Bobby Lee, my favorite.
When was Zuck on it?
Last year? or
Oh,
something?
last year. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he
cool.
brings up like really confrontational questions, like,
If only it was recent, bro.
why? What's happening with
Because
Zuckerberg?
apparently Zuckerberg was in this jiu-jitsu tournament, right?
Oh,
And he lost. He came second.
oh,
But then he like bitched to the ref.
oh!
He was like, I don't want to come second. I'm Mark Zuckerberg.
Really?
And they had to restart the match. And then he won.
Then he won.
Yeah, he took home first and second.
Oh man, that guy. Have you watched Social Network?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What do you think of that? Would you have done the same?
What a dog, man.
Would you have done the same? Let's say me and you, we start up. I give you the code.
Oh, yeah. See you later, bro.
You'd give me up for Justin Timberlake?
I hang out with Justin Timberlake. Did you see what happened to the twin from that movie?
Oh no, what happened?
Oh, he's
in real life?
Yeah, in real life.
Okay.
He's got like some dirty stuff going on.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is that recently?
Yeah, pretty recent.
Oh, I've never seen him act in another movie.
Yeah. Bro, for like 8 years, I thought it was actual twins.
Oh, they're not twins.
Yeah, they're not twins. It's just one guy.
Oh, it's just one guy.
Yeah, it's one guy.
What? Wow. But have you seen the actual like twins? Like, have you looked at?
Yeah,
their
I've
story?
seen. I've looked up like all the
And even
real life
like
people.
the Andrew Garfield, like the actual guy he's impersonating.
Andrew Garfield's in that movie.
Come on, bro.
No, legit.
He's the guy that gives the code. He's the best friend that Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, and
And he cried too.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
a
so
beast. I
what the
love
heck's
Andrew
up?
Garfield, but
Don't cancel us.
he's worth like billions. That guy, because it's like 2% of what the stake of Facebook is, and
He's one of the richest people in the world.
no, but the best friend, not even Zuckerberg.
Oh, the best
the,
friend.
The best friend, because you know how towards the end he only got like a 2% stake of Facebook, but just because of how big Facebook is worth, he's worth net worth.
So who
is
got
like,
finessed? The twins?
no, the twins ended up getting money as well.
What
It's
about
just
the other
that-
guy?
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
No, not Justin Timberlake. The Indian.
The Indian.
Yeah.
Which one was the Indian? I don't remember. I actually don't remember. Wait, what was his part?
Oh, I don't remember, but I think he was one of the OGs with Zuck.
No, I don't.
Oh,
think-
no, no. He was with the twins. Like,
Oh, I know.
they-
You're talking
they
about. He's
brought
not
the idea to-
Indian.
What is he?
He's not Indian.
No, in real life he is.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think he
I
is.
think he
Let's
is.
put up a photo. Do you guys think he's Indian?
Yes, he is. My goodness.
Oh, I
Trying to
think he
throw
got
me under
money.
the bus, man.
I think he got money. I think let's make a bet who puts up the first apology video. Is it me or Kevin?
I don't know. After what you said last week,
Oh, so I did say something last week.
dropping G words and oh my goodness,
It's all good. It's all fun and friendly. You guys can't take us seriously.
I don't know. I was hurt by it.
But what I was saying is that imagine would you do that to me? Would you betray me for billions of dollars?
No, I'm with you for life, bro.
Good man. That was the answer. I would betray him easily. No worries.
Yeah, good.
It's something that I.
Money over friendship, huh? Is that what you value? Is that what this is?
No
Huh?
way. You just put this one forward.
All right. Okay.
No, but how crazy is that? Because even they ended up getting a lot of money, but what's it called? Zuckerberg owns majority of the stake.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it costed everything.
Was it worth it?
And look at him now winning jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Is he still with his wife,
I have no idea.
the Asian?
I think this is a good segue as well. Not because you said it's Asian, but because have you seen the new Apple product?
Oh, the goggles.
Yeah. What do you guys think about it?
It is
What's
so
your opinion?
expensive.
So from what I saw, it's $4,000 US.
So which means it'll be 5,000 at least here.
No, it'd
Yes.
be double.
No, it wouldn't be double.
It'd be like 8,000.
No, we're
AUD.
70 cents on the dollar, ish. So it'll be like 5,000, 6,000.
Let me just quickly look this up because I
No, our dollar's not that bad.
Nah, it is, dude.
Nah, it's not. It's not 50 cents.
USD.
But regardless, what do you think of it? I don't know if it's worth it.
I want to know your opinion first.
I don't know if it's worth it.
It's 6,000 AED. Oh, I thought it would have been 9,000. You're
Boom.
right. He does love America.
Boom.
No, I love it. I love it. I can't wait for it. I would 100% buy
You're
it.
buying it? Yeah, you're lost.
Obviously not the first
You're
gen.
You're so lost.
Not the first gen. I would buy the next couple of gens, like fourth, fifth.
What are
gen.
you going to do with it?
No, it just seems
Sword fight? What are you going to do?
it just seems like these things that what's happening in Black Mirror and iRobot and all these things that we used to be scared of. It seems inevitable, you know.
Oh, so you're just buying into it. You're fully invested in.
It's more like it's gonna happen, and you might as well just try it while you can.
Ah.
Because, man, when I saw it, the first image that came into my head was imagine everyone wearing this on public transport. How funny would that
How
be?
stupid would everyone look?
Just no one like interacting with anyone, and then they're all just in their own world.
And they're like boxing.
it's not
like virtual
boxing.
boxing.
But have you looked into it?
No, I haven't looked into it.
So basically, what they've done is they've put a phone or Apple like interactiveness in these goggles. I don't know what they're glasses, whatever. But apparently their reaction time to it, like if like I can see like FaceTime, Facebook, Instagram, all of this on my goggles. If I click it, it's like really fast, and it opens it
Do
up.
you physically have to click it?
No,
Or-
you can just be like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like that.
Or you can kind of like say it. I've seen that where they just say like,
Facebook.
text Kevin that we're doing the podcast on the 14th of June.
So can you walk when you're wearing these?
You can walk,
Oh,
and then
okay.
apparently as well the experience when you're watching cinema, watching movies, it's insane because it's gonna be like insanely surround sound.
So what happens to us since we have glasses? Do I have
We
to wear
probably might
contacts?
not even need it, man. We just put it on, and what happens is even though if it's goggles, right, it displays your eyes on the external. So
This
that's
is
what
the
people see.
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That's what people see.
This is
It's
so
pretty funny.
This is so stupid, bro.
But when you're like looking around in the goggles, people can see outside that it's you. That's what you're doing with your
Oh,
eyes.
so you think you're perving on someone and they don't know,
Maybe, but
And then-
it's
and then they can see your virtual eyes.
it's
Oh no, it's a glitch.
well, what happens is it's not actually transparent. It's an LED screen on the outside,
Oh, so we're going blind.
and it it captures what your eyes are doing, and then it displays it on the LED screen.
Oh, so no more
outside.
peaky pervies anymore, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why Kevin keeps going on to. But
Oh, I don't think you need a peaky perv when you got those
how
goggles
crazy
anyway.
is it? How crazy is it we're in this generation that all this is happening?
I can't wait to be the one that doesn't buy it and I just start tripping people over when they're wearing it because they can't see my feet.
But they can. That's the thing. It becomes transparent and you can see.
Yeah, but
it.
they have to look down. And then as soon as they look down, I just sneak up behind them, just whack them
Oh
in
no,
the
sorry,
head.
not transparent. So it's a bit complicated. I feel like you should look into it, but it's interesting. It's very, very good.
So you're going to buy it?
I would definitely buy the 4th or 5th generation because watch, like when the Apple Watch came out, everyone thought it was the most stupidest idea.
It still is, but yeah.
And you know, everyone's got it. Every single like person that is an Apple fanatic, I know that.
Don't need it. The things you don't need. Like the iPad, honestly, you probably don't even need that.
I definitely need it. I definitely need it for work because it just simplifies my system. But look, and I can ask you questions. Look, like this. Who's gonna get cancelled first?
Oh, nice segue.
Me or Kevin? But
You.
yeah. I want to ask you this. There's a funny interaction that happened to me and my girlfriend on the weekend. We were. I want to see how you react to this situation, and we've kind of asked people how they would react. And yeah, let me know your thoughts towards the end of this story. But so mind this. This is the situation. You're lining up to get your pants hemmed, right? And there's a register. There's a person in front of that register. There's another woman behind that person, and then there's you, right? This woman that's in front of you goes up to the register and starts asking the person at the front like some questions. So in my head, right, she's not in line anymore because she went out. So my thing is like, oh, it's okay, like okay, whatever. So I kind of like take a step forward, and then what this woman does is she looks back and then aggressively says like, oh, like I'm still in line, like I'm still gonna line up. And in my head, I'm like, okay, like I don't care, like it's not that deep for me. So what I do is when I get presented with an awkward situation or aggressive person, is I tend to laugh audibly. And so I was laughing. I was like, oh, okay, just like go ahead of me, like, and I laugh audibly. And at this time, sorry, just this story's ever, but I'm with my girlfriend, and me and her were laughing and you know talking. And what this woman does is, so she looks back and she asks me, "Are you laughing at me?"
Is this a real story?
This is a real story.
Yeah.
And then what I say is, "No, I'm not laughing at you, but it's a line. Relax." And what's even more funnier is once she gets to the reception, or once she gets to the register, sorry, not reception, she tries to get her dress hemmed, and the person can't do it because it's like too complicated. It had like all this glitter, and so she did this entire, it's like, you know, like aggressive, I don't know what she was doing, problem thing that, and she didn't even end up getting what she needed to be done.
Is she a quiche eater?
She is very much a
okay.
quiche
Yeah,
eater.
cool.
I didn't want to say
everything
it,
makes sense.
but yeah, she is a quiche eater. And so my thing was, how funny is it that some people make it such a big deal over a line? And my girlfriend really wanted to like snap back at her and say like, oh, like, but in that moment, she just like, no. Like, she couldn't do anything. It's one of those, like, oh, I had such a good comeback later, but...
So she's a coward.
Not really,
She
but
went
it's...
full coward in the real moment. She choked.
But my thing is, what would you do in that situation?
Well, the way you described that story, right? You said she already went up to the front.
Yeah.
So as soon as she does that, that means she's being served.
That's my thought. That's exactly my thought. And I don't know.
But I would have done exactly what you did.
What's that?
I would have just been like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Exactly. No, because my thing was, I couldn't understand why she was so aggressive over a line. And my reaction was that I can't imagine that you were getting angry, so I'm just going to laugh. But I've asked people, and they were saying that because I laughed, I put it on myself.
You
but
instigated.
a little bit, but
But
and,
it's
and
something.
people say my laugh is really annoying as well. Do you
but
agree with that?
It's something dumb though. It's like that's the stupidest thing ever. Like let's say she didn't go to the reception.
Mm-hmm.
She went like off to look at something else.
Yeah,
If she could argue she was still in the line then,
yeah.
but
But my thing was,
but the
I
fact
don't.
she went to the front.
No, and my thing was, I don't care. You can go in front of
Yeah.
me. But she was like, "Oh, I'm still in line. Like,
Yeah.
like, do you can like? I don't know. I don't really remember what she said, but she said something along the lines of, "I'm still in the line. Like, can you like see?" Like,
Or
something
if she was nice, I've had people be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna quickly go over there for 2 seconds. Can you hold
Yeah.
my spot?"
Yeah, for
It's
sure,
just as simple as that.
for sure. But I told my girlfriend that don't fight it, because there's obviously other problems going on with this woman. That you want to fight with someone that's in a line that we're all gonna be served anyway. So what difference does it make?
And the thing is, like, that's not gonna affect your life
100%.
an hour from this, unless you're late to work for like 10 minutes because of it or something like
No,
that.
this was on a
But, yeah.
weekend, and she was with her family there, but it was just her in line. And I was just telling my girlfriend, like, there's so many other factors that, like, I could see that the family wasn't so interested in her, and like she was doing her own thing.
Yeah,
and
probably
I was
because
like,
she had some stupid glitter dress, man, and she wanted it hemmed.
I hope she watches this.
What
And
was she
I'm
doing?
sorry, I don't mean to instigate.
Now, back of the line for you, man. What the heck?
But that's my story. But you would laugh as well.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, all right, whatever, dude.
And then I just said, it's a line. Relax.
Yes.
Would you do that?
I wouldn't do that. If I was with people, I'd do that. If I was by myself,
Hmm.
I'd just be like, yeah, all right, just.
I've had the same. Maybe people just get annoyed at me, but I've had a similar encounter at a Macca's line drive-through, and
What, they went forward and then reversed?
you know how like Macca's has 2 lanes, the
Yeah.
drive-through, and you know how sometimes like before you go to the drive-through, you have to figure out which one is gonna go forward first, right? So you can get in the order straight away. And there's this guy that was lining up, I guess, for a while in his Mercedes. And this is a drive-through.
It's a
remember?
drive-through. Relax.
Anyways, let me finish the story. And I get in straight away to order, but this guy's still waiting. And as my lane merges onto his, he revs his car and pushes forward.
Whoa. All right.
All right. And then what he does is he rolls his window down, and he's like, "I came in first. I came." No, and he was saying, "I came in first," and he said it again. "I came in first." And mind you guys, this was 7 a.m. in the morning.
Quiche eater.
Yes.
I think we're starting to see a bit of a common theme in these stories, you know?
When he rolled his window down and he said, "I came in first," I was like, "Bro, relax. It's a Macca's line." I'm screaming it at him. I'm like, you can go. It's okay.
But he came in first.
But the thing is, I came in first. I actually did, and he just went in line. And I was like, why do people put so much effort into something that's so pointless? And it's just a line, man.
They make your order at the same time anyway.
And who cares
Yeah.
who gets their Macca's order first? Jeez, 7 a.m. in the morning. But
So, with these stories, that kind of leads me to my question I have
I'm interested.
for you.
Okay,
Do you think you pick up characteristics and traits from people you hang around with?
100%. 100%. I mean, I remember when I came from Philippines and I came here, the first thing I started playing was footy.
Really?
And I've never told you this.
That was your first thing?
I used to play footy.
I thought your first thought was, wow, the water's so clean here.
Hey, man. Water is very clean here. Thank you,
Wow, there's no
Australia.
rubbish every 2 meters.
But, hey, man. You guys cut Corona. You gave Corona to the world.
You guys? Who?
You guys.
What do you mean?
What's
Who?
your YouTube name?
Oh, yeah, crap.
You gotta change.
That wasn't even me. That wasn't us.
No, you 100% pick it up. And then I played footy,
Oh, footy
for
night.
a minute, and then
Well, that's why you're so tough.
and then I started listening to rap. And you guys can kind of figure out who I started hanging out with.
Listen, Esso.
No. Listen, who's the other guy? Hilltop Hoods. But that's my one. You definitely adapt because you have to adapt. It's a tribal instinct, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoever is in your crew, whoever's in your clique, you tend to become them, and majority wins. But who have you turned into?
That's funny because you work with a lot of Chinese at your work, yeah?
It's a mix.
Oh, how come you're not a communist yet?
Is that a good segue into my mate who's a communist? I'm scared he'll watch this though, and he's a good mate of mine.
Well, he's got to learn to adapt to you.
I don't know how to. Are we going into Ukraine? Is that what we're going into?
Oh, physically? Do you want to physically go? Oh, I'd fight for them.
Are we moving? Is that where we're moving the conversation?
Yeah, all right.
Communist.
Yeah, so that Stalin guy, huh? Yeah.
When's he gonna stop? It's not Stalin.
Stalin's dead, bro.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying.
Putin.
The big boy. You know he has to stand on the box when
Putin.
Yeah, because if like the reporter is taller than him, like Putin will ask to stand on a box, so he looks like he's overpowering.
Is he short?
Yeah, he's pretty short.
My height.
My height.
Oh, short. Who have you changed into? I want to know this. I'm curious why you asked this question.
Well, I think you can clearly see that I've evolved a lot over the years. my music taste.
You used to love cricket, didn't you?
I never liked cricket. Okay, you can't just feed misleading information. Cricket sucks, dude. It's so boring.
Why are we doing this?
Any sport you can't play in the rain, it sucks.
This is a full circle again. We're bullying people that love cricket, that love China.
Cricket sucks. It's so bad. So boring. I don't understand it.
Cricket? I don't either. Who cares? We don't play it. You've been playing a lot of golf. How's that?
Yeah, golf's a lot better than cricket, but you also can't play golf in the rain, so.
True.
It's not one of those goat sports.
Wait, did they stop competition when it rained?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit wet. Can't hit the ball in the wet.
I want to.
So yeah, I've adapted a bit. White.
Yeah, you have definitely adapted.
I don't like quiche though.
What was your what's the word? Demographic in your old school before you came to Heath?
Oh, it was in Sunshine, so it was just Asians and Viets. Bunch of Samoans as well.
How did you become so Aussie?
I don't know, but I'm just like to make a quick shout out that thank you to my parents for calling me Kevin and not some Asian name like Wu-Tang or whatever.
You would need to change your name into an English name anyway.
If my name was remotely Chinese in any way, this guy would have bullied me into some deep depression, and we would not be doing this podcast right now.
And I love everybody.
Oh, man. That's what you to me every day in high school if my name wasn't Kevin.
But they were majority Asians in your school.
I'm not even that white.
I mean, yeah. Here we go. Here's a question for you. Since you're a professional podcaster, I want to segue into this. Why do you think people are so uncomfortable with silence?
It's hard to deal with.
I like how you did that. I didn't even plan that, and I like how you went quiet. Why do you think people are uncomfortable with silence now? I think that's what a good podcaster is. They can deal with silence.
Is this targeted at a certain someone who never stops talking?
No, I didn't even mean to go there. Just be careful. She's going to be a guest soon.
Yeah, I know. But...
yeah, we got to make her so uncomfortable by not talking. And we just zoom into her face.
Hey guys, talk to me.
But why? Why do you think silence is so uncomfortable?
I like silence.
You like silence?
Yeah.
Does anyone here believe that Kevin likes silence? There's no way.
I'm happy to have a quiet time every now and then.
No,
I'm not uncomfortable with silence.
I'm talking about in terms of conversation.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with silence.
I'm so sorry. I'm laughing for real. I just don't believe anyone believes that. I don't think anyone believes that you love silence. For me, I will gladly say I'm very uncomfortable with silence.
Why is that?
I feel like I need to always entertain. I feel like I always need to keep the conversation going. And the thing is, I hate awkwardness. I get sweaty when it's awkward. My lips will start to just sweat. I got like a sweat. I got like an awkward meter that you can see, right? if you start to see sweat, I'm awkward. Or it's hot. Oh, it's hot. You just never know which one or the other. Are you looking at it right now?
So first episode, you were very awkward. Or was it just really hot in here?
No, it's
getting hot in here.
I think when we get people on, Kev, I feel like they find it harder than what it looks like on YouTube. I think people start to realize like, oh, this is not just, I guess, talking. You have to kind of put on a persona, kind of put on a facade, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to even have 3 seconds of silence. You have to be continuously talking.
In podcasting?
Yeah, in podcasting, yeah.
I feel like, and that's why I bring it back to that Lex Friedman podcast, or even Joe Rogan. I feel like Joe Rogan can deal with silence a lot. He's good with that, I think.
Silence confuses me in a podcast because I always think my podcast is like lagging or something. So I'm like, oh.
But definitely, we should try it on a future guest where we just.
And she's just like,
stop. You just stop,
guys.
But that's my deep question for the week. I think is that deep enough? Do you want to go deeper?
Hey, that was too long. I'm feeling awkward. I'm getting
Here
lip sweat.
What type of sponsors would you accept once we get this podcast going?
All of them, especially.
What about MeUndies?
Especially Saudi Arabia. What's MeUndies?
Bill Burr.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bill Burr. You know that how he gets sponsored by MeUndies? You don't know that? Bill Burr's a comedian. If you guys don't know who Bill Burr is, come on.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Pick up your comedy game. But I think in a way we've kind of discussed this. And, you know, we're not saying we're gonna get sponsored like next week.
Oh, we're not selling out.
If we can, you know, that'd be cool too. You know, if you guys know anyone, we'll put your
picture,
your logo right here, and that one has to stay.
As long as you give us creative control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But gambling, you would do gambling?
Yeah.
Sports bet. You guys, sports bet can or what is it? King. What's that one? The NBA one.
How do you feel about reading the promos though?
Oh man, I can't.
Would you be that type of guy?
I can't wait to do it because the way that I've seen, for example, like Bobby Lee, because I watch his podcast, which is Tiger Belly, and I watch his other podcast called Bad Friends. And what they do is they do it on the day, the sponsor, and they will speak it like it's like a joke or whatever. And it just makes it so much more entertaining because I feel most people, they want to skip the podcast, even though if it's integrated into the video. But for them, it's so funny that you got to watch the sponsor video either way.
What if our sponsor was like, nah, you got to read this seriously?
Well then, Kev, we're not selling out. This is our podcast. We started it from the beginning. There was no one else that could push us to do this.
I don't think we're selling out. We'll be buying in, man.
Yeah. I'm curious where this goes in a year. I can't wait for all the guests that we get, but I just don't want to sell out to a radio show or something. I don't think we will anyway. Well,
I'll happily join a radio show as long as they give us
what if they
control,
ask you, all right, Kevin, you look like you're more of the character in this podcast, but you got to leave the DK podcast. What are you going to do?
No, then I'm not doing that.
Why?
You just do 2 shows. If they want me on another show, I'll just do
but then
this
they're
one
like,
and
oh,
another.
you're starting to gain traction in the popularity.
What, is this Kobe and Shaq, bro? What is this?
But what if they make you choose? Come on. I would choose this. I would
Yeah.
choose this over my job.
I'm right here. I'm gonna do this 5 days a week, 7 days a week.
5 days.
If I'm uncomfortable with silence,
Yeah.
I happily talk for 5 days a week.
Yeah, put your comments down if you think Kevin is uncomfortable with silence.
Yeah,
I'm curious how people think of this. But what's your other what's your other question before I
It's a bit off topic because it has nothing to do with this.
I'm curious.
But I was just gonna ask you what country you want to visit next, because a lot of people
They're traveling.
from my work,
They're traveling, man.
they're going now because it's winter now and it's so cold.
And it's well, it depends on where you go.
And they're going to like Europe or
yeah, well, in
Japan.
Europe, wouldn't it be summer?
yeah, summer in
Yeah.
Europe, summer in US.
Everyone's going to
Yeah,
Japan.
everyone's going Jap.
Everyone's
Well, I
going
can't say that. Sorry.
Korea. All these
All these Asian countries.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the right word, not the other one.
What's the other word?
All these.
Oriental. Yeah, I
Orient-
got you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I swear we were about to cut out another piece there.
Me? No, what are you talking about?
I think realistically, Japan would probably be next. But if I could choose, I think definitely like Italy or Greece.
Oh,
I'd love to go to Europe.
you're going to the Italy.
Yeah, because there's so much like architecture
Or
there.
architecture.
I don't
Leaning
wanna see.
powder of pizza.
Is that in Italy?
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking. Yeah, I'd love
Or
to.
the
What about you?
Colosseum.
Where'd you go? You want to go back home?
No, I want to go Vegas, bro. You idiot.
It's been locked down for how long?
My home.
Yeah.
I'm Vietnamese. We're all good.
You better change your username though.
Just a few communists in my
angry.
country.
What is it? Angry Vietnamese.
Just a
boy.
few communists in my country, but you know,
Yeah.
we can sort them out. But yeah, I'd go to Vegas.
Why is that?
Oh, my auntie lives there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And you would gamble?
No way.
Good man. I would go.
Apparently, I've been told that accommodation there is so cheap
in Vegas.
in Vegas because
Really?
they want you to gamble. So they want. So it's like
It's
50
impossible. Like you won't
Bucks.
spend
Yeah,
like
it's like 50
easily
bucks a night to stay there.
Like at the Caesar Palace, Palazzo.
Yeah, that place I don't know if it's 50,
Yeah,
but some of the
probably not.
Povo places
Mm.
in Vegas.
Oh, I'd love to just see the lights there, man. And 24/7 is just open, isn't it?
Mm.
Everything. Mm.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a US tour.
What's the first state besides Vegas you go to?
Go.
We should go together and then we do the podcast.
Should go to New York, and then we can say hi to Jin and do the podcast there.
Jin Woo!
Oh,
We're
Jin Woo.
waiting for you, Jin. Most likely we'll wait until you come back to Melbourne. So
Why? Where's he now? North Korea.
he's at the border. No, Jin's in I don't know where he is. He's in California, US.
Oh, you
LA.
don't know where he is? Must be in one of those North Korean camps.
Secret.
Good on you, Jin.
Jin
I
Woo.
knew you were.
He's a good mate of
Knew
ours.
you were a fake.
I can't wait to ask him questions. He's from our high school.
Yeah, can't wait
for
to
you
work
guys
out
that
what
don't know.
accent he has this time.
Is that why you go back to the
Yeah.
adaptation? Oh man, but anyways, I think we should cut it off because it's 43 minutes. What do you
It's been
reckon?
43 minutes already. It just goes
Too
by
quick.
so fast.
There's so many questions.
And then I have to
wanna
wait
ask.
2 weeks to do another one.
I know.
Like, what
you
am
guys,
I supposed to do? Uh-oh.
you wanna pop it on? 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
Hey, something happened.
We lost electricity. Yeah. So we'll cut it off. I have a bunch of questions.
All
I
right,
wish-
one more. Let's do one more.
for you. Oh man,
Oh, I feel like the guests, really want to hit one more question before we leave.
dude.
It's going to be 2 weeks. We're going to leave them
I know.
with some good wisdom.
Oh man, this is too deep. I feel like this is gonna go for 10 minutes though. But let's go. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna ask you this question. In the pacing of the
You
world
have too much time on your hands.
and how everything has been designed for instant gratification, how will people react to critique or failure?
I don't even understand the question, man. What are you even asking?
Okay, give it. I'll give it to you in layman's terms.
Oh, layman's.
So you know how like
Preach.
I feel like everything like with social media, with bloody AI, even these goggles that we were talking about by Apple, everything is all about like instant, like I want it right now. And think of like TikTok,
Streaming.
everything, YouTube, it's all accessible by even just like this. That's crazy, right? And do you think that affects how people can react to being critiqued or being like
Maybe that's why the woman in the line was so impatient, because she's so used to getting everything so quickly.
Exactly. That's
I
why
see your
I
segue
asked the
here.
question. That's
So
it.
maybe in her house she's really used to
Just getting everything.
getting everything she wants.
Cook for me.
Cook for me.
Clean for me.
No.
But do you think that affects our psyche or our mentality?
It ruins my patience, I feel like.
Yep.
For instance, like sometimes when my internet drops out for 3 seconds,
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, oh dude, what the heck?
I
This
can't
thing
live.
sucks.
Yeah. Can't live.
My life sucks. I can't do anything.
100%.
When back in the old days, they're just pooing outside and
Dude.
the shower once a week.
Just going back to like, sorry, I just like had a mental block there. Just going back to like even just our high school, we didn't even have internet like that.
Yeah.
We didn't have, like Facebook wasn't that easy, like accessible on our phones. It was MSN, like what we were talking about last week. And I really think that, yeah, man, like it's going to come to a point where I bring up this question because I want to attack it from like the creative field as well. That I reckon it's going to be so hard to tell people that, hey, like what you're doing is like wrong. Like it's not, it doesn't look right, or your design needs to change. But because people have no idea of like how to polish or how to grind, and like we can't go without a week without talking about NBA. And I want to like bring back like the
Zion.
Nuggets,
Oh,
right?
okay.
The Nuggets, and they're giving them such big props because they've stayed with the same kind of crew for 8 years. Whereas you look at all these other teams like Phoenix and Brooklyn.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And a lot of these teams that they want to win right now and they want to get it right now. And look at it. Look at the formula of Nuggets. Like they polish their team. They groom them. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm sorry. They train. They train them and they get better.
Yeah, Murray got groomed, yeah.
Yeah, and they get better. Well, we all know why he played well. If you guys are on the Reddit forums.
Shout out.
But yeah, that's my thought.
I think it makes people really lazy as well.
Mm.
Like, think about it this way. 30 years ago, right? If me and you wanted to do a podcast, or it's not possible, but if me and you wanted to hang out, we'd have to organize it like 2 weeks in advance.
100%. Or even like the podcast, for example. The only way we would be able to get to talk is we would need to build up a resume that's so
Yes.
good to get onto a radio show. There's like pros and cons with it, but I really think that we are getting dumber by the year. I really
Just think about it this way, right? Nowadays, if I'm late, I can just text you straight away.
Yeah, you're going to be late.
30 years ago, like 30 years ago,
You find out an hour later.
yeah,
Thanks,
imagine
Nikki.
someone's late, and like you're just waiting at the movies,
How-
and then you just walk in, and you just lose each other.
How can
the
our
whole
friend
night.
Nikki get on the bus? Give us a story of what happened to this guy every day.
Well, what's the story?
Nicholas.
Nicholas Mean?
Yeah, why
Wait,
was
what
he?
are we talking about?
Because how could he text you?
Oh yeah, he could text me, and I had to.
Basically our mate Nikki we went on the bus with him every day, and he was late
90% of the time.
and I'm just wondering how he could have done it without like all of this.
Yeah,
Imagine.
exactly.
He would have just never came to school.
Yeah, he would be missing school every day.
And that is funny, but
And then every time we hang out now, we'll be like, "Oh, it's 8:30. Where's Nikki?"
there's some friends that I know you guys know that you purposely make it 6:30 p.m. hang, but it's an 8:30 p.m. hang.
Tactical.
So that they come at that time. But yeah, I think we're getting lazier. I think we're getting dumber. And
But you're the one who wants to buy these glasses.
but that's the thing. It's inevitable. We're gonna be stupid.
Oh, so you don't want to stand. You don't want to be an outlier. You just want
We're gonna
to.
be dumb.
You just want to be a sheep and just
We're
follow
gonna
the
go through it
follow
all.
the crowd. Follow the crowd.
And that's it for our podcast this week.
man, how did we end on that?
That was a good one, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah.
You got any ending remarks?
Yeah. Next episode, are we going to have a guest or
Keep in touch, guys.
TBA?
We'll see. We'll tease it.
But yeah, it's 2 weeks soon.
I think this guy's pushing to do it every week.
It's so long. Like I have so many thoughts.
He wants
so
to
many
do it every
themes.
week.
Yeah.
Hey, you
It's
know
only
what?
an hour long too.
If we get it up to 100 views,
So this is on you guys.
yeah, let's go. 100 views, we'll push it to once a week.
Like this video if you want more episodes.
Yeah, and share it. You know,
And share it.
Share
Yeah.
it to your
I
friends.
know it's embarrassing. It's just two guys just talking about whatever.
Nonsense.
About nonsense.
Don't
But
take
you
us
know what? We're
seriously.
doing it and you're not. So shut up.
That's a bit aggressive. Hey, it's just a podcast.
Back of the line.
Anyways, thanks guys for watching. I'm
just a drive-through.
always grateful to have my co-host here, Kevin, and I hope he doesn't leave this podcast ever.
Never.
Shout out to 7 and 9 News. So never hire
Oh.
this guy
Oh.
because he's gonna stay in this podcast forever. Thanks, guys.
I mean, feel free to hire me.
Make
just let
sure
me do this
you
podcast on
keep
the
watching.
side as well. What is this?
Keep commenting.
Why am I getting put down?
Subscribe, and watch our Spotify. Kevin's got it up there. And remember, stay safe,
Yes, sir.
stay blessed,
Yes, sir.
and always practice gratitude.
Episode 6 is done.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.